So this is 21:40 GMT on Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020, continuing the campaign of demands to all the defamers and distorters and attackers of Brick Lane, the Bangladeshis, the Silotis, to actually start apologizing, withdrawing their attacks and their remarks and comments and retracting them. And in the case of Tower Hamlets Council, mounting the latest attack by the imposition of the ban on traffic through and in Brick Lane to remove that ban immediately and let the traffic flow generally, ordinarily. And what we are saying is that this is not some kind of gossip. The entire community's future economic benefit and profit and interest, all of the ordinary business factors, as far as linked with Brick Lane businesses, that is at risk. And the access of the community, the rest of the community to Brick Lane area is also detrimentally affected, and impact is very bad. And any so-called media outlet operating in the name of the community in Tower Hamlets, which claims the fair kind of share of say should be given to Tower Hamlets Council, is absolutely unjustified in saying that, because the Tower Hamlets Council cabal, so-called leadership, fronted by the diminutive John Biggs, has failed to show recognition of the community's standing and the say on what the council does that affects the community in not only Brick Lane area, but in the rest of the borough of Tower Hamlets. And we're telling particularly the Labour Party, because it is numerically the controlling and dominant kind of party in the case of the control of Tower Hamlets Council, that the council and the people who are involved in the council in the name of the Labour Party are doing wrong things. Not only the latest attack on the traffic movement and the flow of traffic in Brick Lane, but also they are violating other contracts and other laws that they are obliged to follow and observe and uphold. And we say this because the existence of the executive mayor is an additional anti-democratic diversion from the community getting the service that it deserves and it needs from its local council. So the campaign against the traffic ban on traffic in Brick Lane is a campaign that includes all the other issues and all the other demands that the council is overdue. The council has to respect those demands and deliver on those demands. And along with the council, there are other parties, including the Sunday Times, including Leslie Garner, and including the other attackers of the community. They owe the community an apology, and they owe the community to retract the record of the bad, wrong, malicious, racist, hateful, untrue, inaccurate things. So we shall be updating from time to time and including any contribution that comes our way from anyone who supports the campaign or is part of the campaign. Now, here is the Financial Times of Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020. And there is a piece by this guy, Janan Ganesh. Janan Ganesh has been recruited by the mainstream media in this country, the right-wing media, as the Indian origin kind of super stooge. And he's saying about America that the opposition to Trump should drop the opposition to Trump's racist activities and concentrate instead on COVID. Now, we shall go on to that at another time because Janan Ganesh and his role deserve longer time than we have in this particular slot. But suffice to say that the Financial Times costing £2.90 today in the shops on Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020. The Financial Times giving Janan Ganesh that platform signifies that the establishment, the powers that be in Britain, want Janan Ganesh, the diversity display, to come across with their agenda, which is to divert attention from the demand to end racism and racist murders and violence in the UK, because whatever happens in the USA has direct kind of reverberations in the UK. So that is what is the purpose behind that. And in that kind of strategic promotion of the diversion from fighting racism to focusing on COVID shows a double-barreled idiocy, because both can be done at once. Both are as urgent as the other. So it's not like fighting racism is stopping fighting the wrong things about the virus. Both wrong things, racism and the virus are both wrong. So they can be fought at the same time with equal vigor by the same forces that want the swamp Trump ousted from post in the White House. And poverty is a topic. Again, unwillingly, the Financial Times on page 8 of Thursday, the 3rd of September, is talking about poverty in Brazil. And they're saying that Brazil's Bolsonaro is like Trump. They're saying that he is in constant campaign mode, always emphasizing his outsider credentials. That is them promoting him, not condemning him. And they're saying that handouts by Bolsonaro to Brazil's poor keep Bolsonaro popular despite crisis. And the Financial Times is saying that in a poll by Datafolha last month, 37% of respondents gave Bolsonaro administration highest administrative positive approval rating, from 32% in June, and the highest since the former army captain took office in January last year. Almost 50% said they did not blame Bolsonaro, who has criticized social distancing measures, forced out town hall 2 health ministers, and fallen sick with COVID-19 for the death toll. The rating suggests he could make the runoff in the country's two-round presidential elections. A cash handout program for the poor, the president's apolitical outsider appeal, an enthusiastic base, and the weakness of the opposition help explain this analyst says. So they are promoting Bolsonaro just like they promote Boris Johnson and promote Donald Trump. And this is not about the inherent, inbuilt, perpetual corruption in Brazil and the creation of poverty and hunger by the Brazil administration. The same way that the Financial Times, this Janan Ganesh, is saying that the opposition to racism is politically unwise and strategically not productive of a positive outcome against the Trump administration, this Trump swamp. So the Financial Times is saying that opposition to racism is bad politically, and that opposition to Bolsonaro is bad politically. And this is the line, the Financial Times, supposed to be a political, absolutely the pink colored version of the lies and racism of the Daily Express and the Daily Star and the Daily Mail and the Sun and the rest of them and the Daily Boris Graph. So what is happening in Tower Hamlets about poverty is hardly mentioned in the papers, and the fact that they don't mention the poverty creation and perpetuation in Tower Hamlets is not an accidental one-off. It is part of the agenda not to talk about poverty anywhere in Britain. It is part of the agenda not to link poverty creation to any of the regimes, any of the ideologies that are in place as the force behind the particular wielders of power at any time in the UK. And they have got no room for any criticism of the economy or the economic policies or the anti-NHS policies or the anti-human rights policies or the pro-racist anti-migrant policies of Boris Johnson fronted regime. So when it trickles down, these kind of policies by the mainstream media is translated and reflected in the context of the ordinary people in an ordinary community. It doesn't actually make any difference for the better, not for the community at all. And there is nothing in the Times, the Guardian, the Daily Mail about Tower Hamlets Council closing Brick Lane traffic and the implications. So where is the news going to be? It's not in the East London Idiotizer, which is supposed to be the local paper. So it comes to the ordinary people doing the campaign, and the campaign has to continue. We shall be continuing this broadcast in the next edition. This is coming to 5 to 10 GMT, 22:55 UK time on Thursday, the 3rd of September 2020.